Follow, like, subscribe. It's Super Bowl Sunday, baby.
Let's go.
Welcome to the AAT Birds pregame report.
I'm going all the way, and I'm going, yeah, my blood is rebel. I'm going all the way, I'm going to another level. To another level. If I'm on the loose, running after you. There's nothing you could do. I'll catch you when it's through. Hustle for the juice. 120 proof. To another level. To
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, and the day is finally here. After 2 weeks of wait, Super Bowl 57 is just about 90 minutes away from kickoff between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Look, what a show we have on tap. It's going to be a little quick show. That way everyone can get ready for today's festivities. We have myself, Eagle Jeff Warner, alongside Peanut, and of course the host of the AT Birds Weekly Report, Johnny, you in the house. Johnny, it's game day, baby.
Yeah, it's Super Bowl Sunday. This is what we all want to see in our team. This is where we want to see our team at come the last game of the season. I'm ready. I'm ready to see this team go against the powerhouse Kansas City Chiefs and Patrick Mahomes.
The Kansas City Queefs. Let's go.
Absolutely. But first, I'd like to thank you to our sponsors of today's show. We'd like to thank our friends at Apartments Seldom Seen, Apartment Lehigh Valley. Love where you live. We are broadcasting live from the beautiful clubhouse of Autumn Parks Apartments. They also have Old Town Apartments in Allentown, as well as Spring Creek over in Trexlertown. So if you are looking for somewhere to live in the Lehigh Valley, luxurious living with great amenities, check them out at apartmentslehighvalley.com. One of their great what's the title, Lars? Property managers. One of their great property managers will gladly assist you in finding the apartment of your dreams and find you somewhere to live. Great here in the Lehigh Valley.
You used to live here, didn't you?
I used to live here. So did Johnny as well.
Johnny lived here too.
At Autumn Park. I would say the pool was great. Great workout room. Great community. Great people here at Autumn Park. Also, again, Old Town and Spring Creek. So make sure to check them out. But gentlemen, let's get right down to business. Look, big game here for the Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. A lot of storylines. Of course, we talk about the Kelsey brothers going up against one another. Andy Reid against his former coach or against his former team. The battle, quite possibly the two best young quarterbacks in the NFL. Facts. Between Patrick Mahomes and Jalen Hurts. Johnny, we'll start with you. What are you most intrigued and looking forward to in today's game? You're muted. Still
Looking
muted.
at this Eagles, I have to mute myself with a little bit of a cough here, so I gotta be quick.
It's all good.
I have to get myself unmuted. But looking at this game, and you want to look at the offensive side of the ball, but I want to switch it here and look at the defense, because you're going up against an all-world talent in Patrick Mahomes, a quarterback that can do a number of different things, can throw a number of different arm angles, can do so many different things. Yes, he doesn't have Tyreek Hill anymore, but he still has Travis Kelce. You know Andy Reid, Jeff, Peanut, watching Andy Reid for 14 seasons, we know he likes to utilize the backfield, the guys out of the backfield, screen game, different things like that. I want to see how Jonathan Gannon and how that defense is going to be able to cause havoc, cause problems for Patrick Mahomes. We know how Hassan Reddick has been on an absolute tear. This defensive line, how they're 70 sacks the regular season, 78 sacks total with the playoffs. They're 4 away from the all-time NFL record, postseason and regular season. So my thing, I want to see how this defense attacks Patrick Mahomes and this pedestrian receiving core, because you have to say it isn't what it used to be.
Right.
You have to see what they do, because you can't give Patrick Mahomes a lot of time and you can't give him open lanes to throw the ball.
Absolutely. Peanut?
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to
I think he nailed it. I want to see how Andy Reid responds to the way Hassan Reddick's been playing recently. Like, it's been a while since we've seen a dominant defensive end go out and play the way that Reddick's been playing. I mean, it's a breath of fresh air, and I like to see how Jonathan Gannon's gonna neutralize, because you're not gonna stop Mahomes,
No.
but if you can neutralize certain things like the screen game, the short yard game, if we could stop that and limit the run a little bit, just to see how Gannon responds to it. And also, honestly, on the offensive side of the ball, I don't mean to like skip on
go ahead.
to another thing,
You're good.
but I want to see how Jalen Hurts responds to the pressure, because I woke up feeling nervous.
Yeah.
And I don't even play for the Philadelphia Eagles. I was nervous all day long. So I want to see how this young quarterback adjusts to the pressures that are going to be in front of him. It's going to be a tough game for him. So let's see how he responds today.
Absolutely. You guys both hit on some great points. And look, Patrick Mahomes is one of the best young quarterbacks in all of national football. We hear he has a tremendous resume from multiple NFL MVPs, Offensive Player of the Years. He's a Super Bowl MVP already. He's already been here 3 out of the last 4 seasons and numerous conference championship games. He's already solidified himself as one of the best quarterbacks in all the NFL.
Right.
And this season, going up against a top 10 passing defenses, he has been torching opposing defenses.
Yeah.
I believe he's 4-0 with a quarterback rating of over 110, somewhere along those lines.
Yeah.
So he knows how to get the job done.
Yep.
And the big thing for the Philadelphia Eagles today is, like you said, Pete, they have to find ways to neutralize him. They have to get. I know he's injured, but they can't take that softly. He's still an established quarterback, and he's still a quarterback that has a lot of weapons at his disposal. Yes, they lost Tyreek Hill, but they have quite possibly one of the best tight ends of all football with Travis Kelce. And we know how Andy Reid likes to run his offense. He loves getting the running backs in open space and utilizing them in the passing game. And that is ways that Andy Reid has found success without a playmaker like Tyreek Hill in that offense. So
it's almost like the offense is running a little more smoothly without Hill, if I'm not mistaken. Like this offense, and mind you, the quarterback sounds like this. That's what he sounds like. I'm Mahomes. I'm here.
Very much. So, but look, bring up the next topic a little bit, gentlemen. Who has the most to lose in today's game? The Philadelphia Eagles or the Kansas City Chiefs, in your opinion? Johnny?
You have to look at the legacy of the Kansas City Chiefs. And if they lose here, it'll be the second Super Bowl loss, second in a row, I believe, because they lost to Tampa Bay. Yes, they're great, but it gets to that point of, yes, they make it, but they are not fully finishers all the time. I think there's more on that, because the Eagles seem to me as more of an up-and-coming team. Look at all the young players on the team. Yeah, they have a lot of people to re-sign. They have a lot of questions, but 10th overall pick, they got some draft capital still. They got a lot of young players. I think the more to lose is Kansas City. The pressure is on them because they've been here 3 out of the last 4 years. They've been in the AFC Championship game 5 straight times. So I think a lot is riding on Kansas City and Andy Reid.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%. And hold on one second. You guys don't have to be quiet. We got a live studio audience.
Yeah,
so
you guys can talk.
You guys can talk, have a good time. Listen,
give some Eagles chants.
Yeah. Gee. Yeah, you guys don't have to be quiet. Do your thing. It's no big deal. I heard someone sushing and I felt bad. So I'm like, nah. I agree 100%. Like it's more or less if the Chiefs lose, your daughter's like, I'm taking advantage of this one.
Yep. Oh no, she's happy. Amanda's here.
So if the Chiefs lose, I think it would be worse for them to lose as opposed to the Eagles to lose. You got a young quarterback, you got a young system, and there's a lot to look forward to in this situation with the Chiefs. You already got Patrick Mahomes, an established quarterback that is arguably probably number 1 in the NFL, and you have Andy Reid with the track record that he has. So them losing, I think it would be worse for the Chiefs to lose as opposed to the Eagles losing this Super Bowl.
I agree with you guys. Look, Patrick Mahomes, people were already anointing him the next Tom Brady when he won that Super Bowl as young as he did. And he's gotten back there numerous times. And look, he still can possibly be the next Tom Brady, but he needs that second Super Bowl win. Otherwise, is he another Peyton Manning? Is he another Aaron Rodgers?
Ooh.
A guy that is a regular season quarterback and can put up the numbers that he puts up every single season,
right?
But finds a way to come up short in the playoffs and in the Super Bowl. But I'm going to play a little bit devil's advocate.
Uh-oh.
I'm just going to throw out there. I heard a stat today, and honestly, from this stat, the Philadelphia Eagles might be the most or it might affect them the most if they lose this game. I heard a stat today that the last 17 quarterbacks that have lost their Super Bowl
Debut.
what's the word?
Debut.
Debut. Sorry, their Super Bowl debut. They have never made it back.
That sucks.
The last 17. Matt Ryan,
Oh.
Jake Delhomme,
Donovan McNabb.
Cam Newton. Look, you continue even like in the modern era, even before all of that.
Yeah.
There's plenty of quarterbacks that when they in their Super Bowl debut where they lost it, they never found a way to get back. And I'm not trying to be Debbie Downer.
Wait a minute. Hold on. Jim Kelly lost his Super Bowl debut, but he got back.
Yeah.
He's before the last 17.
Okay.
I thought you were saying in history. Okay.
No, not in history. It's the last 17. I heard the stat on NFL Network today. So I'm not taking credit for that stat. If it's wrong, blame NFL Network. So yeah, probably since Jim Kelly that time, there's probably been 17 quarterbacks that made their debut that ended up losing in their opening debut.
Well, if we're gonna do that, what about the MVPs? MVP quarterbacks that never won a Super Bowl.
So yes,
you know what I mean.
99 with Kurt Warner.
Yeah. Hey, how about that one?
Yeah, I'll say it's a double-edged sword. And I lost my train of thought now, but look,
I'm sorry, my fault.
No, it's all good. But look, this is a huge game. I know where I'm going with. Look, I'll say the door. I'm not saying it's closing, but with the amount of players that are possibly moving on after the season, and now with the rumors and reports today that Shane Steichen is most likely the guy for the Indianapolis Colts, and then you have Jonathan Gannon interviewing for the Cardinals, or he's interviewing for one of the jobs. So you possibly might be losing your two coordinators and have to revamp your and your quarterback coach, I believe, too, and revamping your coaching staff a little bit. So there's going to be a lot of turnover after the season. So I'm not saying this is a must-win for the Philadelphia Eagles, but if we want to see a Super Bowl victory for the second time in 5 years, tonight's the night.
Tonight's the night.
Yeah,
Tonight's the night.
You're right, because there's also talk about the linebackers coach potentially being a D coordinator with one of those staffs if both those guys go, and the passing game coordinator Kevin Patullo apparently going to possibly one of those staffs, most likely probably with Steichen to be his OC. So there's a lot of turnover, a lot of change that can happen with the Eagles coaching staff. But I'm going to probably head off for you guys. I'm going to give you my prediction.
Absolutely. Give us your keys to victory, your prediction, Johnny. Appreciate you coming on.
Right. My key to victory here is you have to pinpoint Chris Jones. You have to attack Chris Jones. You have to make sure that he isn't a game wrecker. Because their defensive line isn't full of depth. They don't rotate like the Eagles do. Able to not let him be the focal point of causing a lot of issues on the offensive side of the ball. And my prediction, I have the Eagles coming out with the victory, 28-23, close game, and Hurts with the MVP. But you guys keep doing what you're doing. And
Appreciate it, Johnny.
Go Birds.
Go Birds. Say, Johnny, pretty optimistic in Eagles victory. And look, I haven't felt this confident in an Eagles team in quite some time. Look, did they give it? I'll say in this season,
right?
It's been one of the cleanest. Like, there hasn't been drama. There hasn't been major injuries. There hasn't been turmoil.
No.
This season, I can't remember in a long time where everything has gone right.
Right.
And everything has worked in Eagles' favor, and every test that's been put in front of Philadelphia's way, they have found the ways to overcome and come out on top in those matters. I understand it's Patrick Mahomes. I understand it's the Kansas City Chiefs and Andy Reid.
But it was Tom Brady, and it was Bill Belichick.
But even that game, I was like, the Eagles were a good football team, but I don't feel they were a great football team. And I feel this team that the Philadelphia Eagles have assembled in 2022,
all-time great,
quite possibly, if they can get the job done, is the best Eagles team of all time, and quite possibly one of the best NFL teams of all time. But ultimately, they have to get the job done and hoist this Lombardi trophy.
This one right here.
This is what it's about.
This one right here.
Ladies and gentlemen. This is what they're fighting for. This is what it's about. And look, for the city of Philadelphia, we waited how many years to get our first Lombardi trophy? And I know everyone kept on saying, I just want one.
Right.
But now that we had that one,
I want
we
5.
want more.
I want
we,
12.
we're not willing to sit back and wait.
Right.
We want it as soon as possible. And right now, this Eagles team is quite possible, like I said, quite possibly the best team that this team or this organization has ever had. So, Peanut, I want to ask you, what does a victory today mean for the Philadelphia Eagles, the fan base, the organization? What does it mean to get our second Lombardi in 5 years?
You know, you said it, and I got goosebumps. The first one, you know, I thought to myself, I'm like, is it going to be as good as that first one? You know what I mean? Remember the first one, like that feeling of finally getting over that
hump.
And in my mind, I'm like, I don't know if it would feel like that, like the first time. But I woke up this morning. I woke up nervous. I woke up with the jitters. And I got the same feeling that I had back then today. And I think, honestly, to solidify this team moving forward, this Super Bowl trophy would mean the world. It would be just as good, especially given the way this year has gone and how dominant this team has been. And the storylines that tie into the Super Bowl are just like tremendous. Like, you couldn't write a better story when we won the first one. Yeah. And now we have kind of the same thing going into this with this other storyline, this quarterback drafted in the second round that nobody wanted, that nobody saw becoming the quarterback that he is. So I think this would stamp, first of all, not just the Philadelphia Eagles organization, but the Philadelphia Eagles fan base. We have something to be super proud of to have 2 within 5 years. I mean, not many teams can do it. Let's face it, and it would mean a lot to actually bring that home. My question to you is, if this happens, or when this happens, are you going to throw me on the couch this time too?
I'm gonna, quite possibly. But look, I agree with you. Look. This would mean the world to say Philadelphia. Yes, we got one, but we won another because this helps us solidify as one of the better organizations of all that. Not the best.
Agreed.
But it can put us in that type of direction. And I don't want to throw this word around.
Don't say it. Don't
say
the T word.
This might possibly start a dynasty.
You said it.
I don't want to say it. But look, I agree with you. If we get that one.
Yeah.
This team is set up for the future tremendously.
I agree.
And Jeffrey Lurie, the one thing he wanted when I forget who he got fired, but whenever it was, he mentioned that he wanted the city or the Philadelphia Eagles organization to be the gold standard. He wanted everyone to try to mimic what the Philadelphia Eagles organization and this team has done to be successful.
Absolutely.
And up to this point, they've been successful, but they haven't been able to be the gold standard. And this set 2 championships in 5 years, and the way they were able to overcome and come back so quickly. Look, remember, we were 3-13 or whatever the hell it was just 2 seasons ago. We fired our coach. We got rid of our franchise quarterback.
Yep.
And we were able to turn it around from the help of Jeffrey Lurie, Howie Roseman, and Nick Sirianni, putting us back on the map and putting us back on top of the NFL season.
Right.
And look, this second Super Bowl victory, it puts us in a different and another echelon of franchises. Not every team has multiple Super Bowl victories, and if we win that, I would say that puts us in a different category than some other teams.
Multiple Super Bowl victories with a completely different team.
Yeah.
So you're talking, this is the front office putting together a team that gets to that point.
Yeah.
So I 100% agree with you. Like it's and mind you, and you're right, we're built for the future at this point. Howie has put this team in a really nice situation where we're going to get the early drafts, even though we have the wins, and we're going to keep moving and solidifying, and hopefully there's a couple. Well, I'm sure in the off season we'll go over all the re-signees and stuff.
Yeah,
but there's a couple people on this team that you have to have next year in order for that to happen.
Yeah. Look, I'll say we're about 1 hour from kickoff. Philadelphia Eagles and the Kansas City Chiefs. Super Bowl 57 live from Phoenix, Arizona. And this is what it's
all about this. It's all about this.
The Lombardi Trophy.
We're going to go out back and throw it across the pool to see if it falls in.
And Peanut, we're going to be getting ready. We have a crowd, a huge Super Bowl party here.
Shout out to everyone here.
At the amazing Autumn Park Apartments here in Browningsville, Pennsylvania. So again, make sure to check them out if you're looking for apartment complexes to live in the Lehigh Valley. Visit apartmentslehighvalley.com. They have apartments at Autumn Park in Browningsville. They have Old Town over
Old
in
Town
Allentown,
Apartments.
and then they have Spring Creek over in the Trexlertown area.
Beautiful place, by the way. There's people working out next to us in the workout
Yeah,
room.
right. Workout room. There's a pool for the summertime.
Yeah.
So definitely make sure to check them out. We appreciate them for letting us have our party and have our show here live in their amazing, wonderful clubhouse.
Thank you, guys.
So, Peanut, look.
Hey.
Final moment of truth. Final game of the season. We did not think, me personally, did not think we would be in the position that we are in, winning possibly our second Super Bowl in 5 years. So, Peanut, I want to know your keys to an Eagles victory.
My keys to Eagles victory are two things. It's definitely defense, getting to Mahomes, making him feel uncomfortable, and the other side of that coin, it's Jalen Hurts, baby. It's time. You know what? This guy, I forget the saying. I read it today. I was like, yo, this dude is like a walking quotable. Every time he says something, it's like the greatest thing he ever said. Gotta pay the rent. The opinion thing where I had a purpose before opinions. I'm like, yo, this guy is Jalen Hurts. I think Jalen Hurts needs to lay it down on the line today and do exactly what he's been doing all year long by making smart decisions, finding your playmakers, and giving them a chance to make a play on the ball. But it all comes down to number one, to make that happen.
Look, we discussed quite a few things. We discussed the defense side of the ball, getting after Patrick Mahomes and containing that Kansas City offense. You talk about Jalen Hurts.
Yeah.
My thing is coming down to coaching.
Okay.
Look, it's Nick Sirianni versus Andy Reid. Andy Reid is going to go down as one of the best head coaches of all in NFL history when it's all said and done, whether he wins multiple Super Bowls or not.
Agreed.
He's been able to take two different franchises and have success with them.
Right.
Nick Sirianni, he's just getting his feet wet. In 2 seasons, he has taken the Philadelphia Eagles to the playoffs. And my key for this game is that he cannot let up.
Okay.
I brought it up on DSM Media this week when Phil Stifle had us on this past week discussing the game.
Oh, I know, Phil. I beat him
in fantasy. Look, the key to this game is they have to stay aggressive. That's what has gotten this Eagles team where they are right now all season long, is by being aggressive. They cannot get behind a great offense like the Kansas City Chiefs. Look, this Eagles team, they have found ways to blow teams out, but very limitedly, they have found ways to come back from behind.
Okay.
And we cannot get down double digits against Kansas City Chiefs, against Patrick Mahomes, one of the best quarterbacks, and Andy Reid, one of the best coaches in NFL history. We have to keep the foot on the gas, be aggressive, try to score first, and maybe get out to a double-digit lead, and not sit on that lead. I do not want us trying to run the clock out, or just just running the football to drain it, and you continue to have 3 and outs. That is what Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs have shown that they can come back from behind. They have done it numerous times throughout their tenure together.
Yep.
They know how to come back from big leads. The Philadelphia Eagles cannot sit on that, and they have to still air it out with their aerial attack, with their get the ball to their playmakers, with Devontae Smith, A.J. Brown. That's going to be a big matchup today. McDuffie versus A.J. Brown, the cornerback. He did a tremendous job last week or 2 weeks ago controlling Jamar Chase and against the Cincinnati Bengals.
Facts.
But the Eagles, I feel, have too much playmakers, and we keep on talking about all season long. Everyone wants to bring up the Eagles haven't played a team like this. Okay. But on the other side, the Kansas City Chiefs, they haven't played a defense like us. Nope. And look, I feel said before, I feel the Kansas City Chiefs have the better quarterback, and they have the better head coach. But we have the better overall football team. We have the more complete football team. Nothing against their defense. Outside of Chris Jones and Frank Clark, what do the Kansas City Chiefs really, on the defense side of football, where do they really scare you? That's a good point. They really don't. And I'm hoping Sirianni and Steichen still find ways to attack that secondary with the speedy wide receivers that we have, whether it's short slant routes getting yards after the catch, keeping them honest and testing them down the football deep, getting the ball into Miles Sanders and Kenny Gainwell, who has been a tremendous player throughout the playoffs. So look, this is a team I feel that is destined for victory. I don't want to jinx it because look, the Kansas City Chiefs are still a good football team, and there's a reason why that this spread is only a 1 point spread right now. Right, about an hour before kickoff. but I feel that the Philadelphia Eagles, I'm confidently going to say, and I don't want to get my score yet, but I'm very confident in this Philadelphia Eagles team.
You know what? That's a good feeling going into a game. And I actually agree with you. I think the last time we went to the
Adam.
Super Bowl, yo, shout out to Adam, too. Adam was over here. Yeah, get on. As a matter of fact, you know what? Hold on. Are you sure? All right. Yo, we're going to have Adam sit with me real quick. But I agree. Last time we had the Super Bowl, I don't think I was very confident. We had Nick Foles going into the game. There was no way I thought that was going to happen. And to see it this time around, I'm seeing this team, and I feel a lot more confident. I feel like, look, win, lose, or draw, this team's coming to play. What do you think, Adam? Yo, shout out to Adam. Adam's on the show, son.
I feel confident about this one. I think it's going to be a close game, but I think we'll pull it out.
We got this, baby.
I ain't worried about Mahomes or anybody. The defense is going to take care of him. So
I think so too. I think this defense is going to come. I think this defense is coming to play, and mind you, it's that dog mentality. Like when we used to love the Jim Johnson defense, it was that dog mentality. It was that defense that was willing to put their bodies and their life on the line. Guys like Dawkins, Trotter. I feel like this is the same kind of that same kind of ingredient that's going into this game, and I feel like Reddick honestly is gonna be one of those game-changing defensive ends, just like he was last year. So my question to you, out of all the defense, don't say Reddick's name. Who in the secondary do you think is gonna be one of those guys that could be a game changer in today's game?
I say CJ Gardner-Johnson.
CJ for sure.
Kaiser White. He's always
Kaiser White. Yo, shout out Kaiser White. He made his own. But yeah, it's gonna be one of those. It's gonna be one of those tests though. When you have a guy like Mahomes, when you have a coach like Andy Reid, the only thing that I wanted to tell Jeffrey that I thought he was wrong on is the one thing that Andy Reid really sucks at. It's time management, clock management. So, I mean, if we're up and we can get up double digits. Yo, what's up? Yo, anyone that wants to get on? Hold on. Odds is in the building. Put that jersey on, bro. Put that jersey on. But yeah, it's going to come down to clock management too. I mean, if it's going to be a close game, we're going to have to make sure that we put the pressure on him and we make it so that Andy Reid has to think on the spot. So I don't know. Between the two coaches going at it today, who do you think coach-wise is going to be able to have their teams more prepared to play today?
I think Sirianni got an advantage.
There we go.
Yeah.
Sirianni got this. I think so too. But out of, you know what? What's your final plan? What's the final score today? What's going to happen today, Adam?
I've been saying, like,
hold on, Odds, come here. Hold on, Adi, come here. I want everyone to see this. This has got to get on tape. This is a Giants fan. He lost the bet, so he's wearing it today. That's my cousin. I love you, brother, but he's rocking that all night tonight. But what do you think is going to happen tonight?
I think we're going to win. I've been saying, everybody's been saying close game, but I've been having a score of like 35-13.
Oh, so you think they're going to blow them out?
Yeah.
See, I want to say that, but I'm afraid to say that. Like, I want to say, like, it's going to be a blowout, but in my mind, I'm like, if I say it's going to be a blowout, it's not going to be a blowout. So I think Mark on the last show we had, he said it was going to be a blowout. People that I talked to think it's going to be a blowout. I personally would love that, and I would love to eat crow and say I'm wrong. I think it's going to be a closer game. I think it's going to be more of a chess match as opposed to being a complete blowout. But if it is a blowout, I will take it, and I will eat crow, no questions asked. You want to sit? Take mine real quick. All right, you're going to sit with Adam real quick. Oh, my predictions. All right, let's finish. Let's wrap this bad boy up. My prediction, and I'm going to say it right this time with the numbers in the right. I'm going to say the Philadelphia Eagles will win this game 34-31 in a hard-fought game. It's going to come down to the last couple seconds, and it's come down to time management. That's the one thing that Andy Reid has never been great at, and I think that's the one thing. That's his Achilles heel. I think that's going to be the thing that determines this game, and I think the Birds come out on top 34-31. You heard it here first and second and third. I'm out of here. I got to pee, bro.
But yeah, look, it's going to be a tremendous football game no matter what. And say we have a matchup of two possibly the best quarterbacks in the NFL right now, and for years to come, it's going to be a tremendous football game. I feel it's going to be an evenly matched football game. But like I said before, I feel the Philadelphia Eagles are the better football team going into tonight's game, and I have the Philadelphia Eagles winning this one 24-21, or sorry, 24-20. A little bit close, a little bit low scoring, especially for these two offenses that are putting up 30 plus points a game each. But I feel it's going to come down to the defense. Both defenses, they're going to have to find ways to make a stop. And I feel the Philadelphia Eagles, the way they're equipped and the amount of talent they have on the defense side of football, they're more equipped and better off trying to make a stop against Patrick Mahomes in this Kansas City offense. And look, that injury, I know Andy Reid said that injury, he's going to be close to 100% for tonight's game, but it's still going to play a factor. And I feel the amount of firepower we have. I feel the Philadelphia Eagles come out on top again, 24-20 in Super Bowl 57. We're gonna be parading them down Broad Street. Parade on Thursday. It's gonna be a celebration in the state of Pennsylvania tonight, as I have the Philadelphia Eagles coming out on top. So, Adam, I appreciate you coming out. I'll say long drive for you coming out for tonight's game. I'll say big party here. I'll say we appreciate everyone for coming out, tuning in. Huge spread. Again, what happened to my pizza? No, I think I took it. But again, I'll say we did get some pizza from Vinny's Pizza. Make sure to check them out off of Iroquois Trail in the Old Town Shopping Center in Allentown. They have weekly and day game specials. Thank you to Vinny. Great pizza. I got some Sicilian. I was in the mood for some. Also like to thank our sponsors, Apartments Seldom Seen. Check them out online at apartmentslehigh.valley.com. Experience life at one of the 3 distinctive Lehigh Valley apartment communities designed to fit your luxury lifestyles. We're currently at the Autumn Park Clubhouse. They have great property, Old Town apartments over in Allentown, as well as Spring Creek Apartments over in Trexlertown. So again, thank you for them for allowing us to come out and use their property and use their clubhouse to broadcast today's show and to host our Super Bowl party today. So thank you for everyone for tuning in. Go Eagles. And look, hopefully we're talking about an Eagles victory. So Adam, do you want to get us off with the Eagles chant as we get out of here? Go ahead, do it.
EAGLES
Eagles! Go Birds!